Alright, what's up guys? We are here to talk about our very new Pure Zen Delta 8 gummies. So we are going to start by taking some of these to show you the amazing effect that it has, but also to explain a bit of it about what it does and also the difference between Delta 8 and CBD, and also the difference between Delta 8 and regular THC.
I just know the benefits and everything that goes behind it. It's gonna blow your mind.
Yeah, also these are super delicious. Like I think these are my favorite gummy yet in terms of taste.
It's like candy, like.
It's way good.
It's super good.
I'm gonna give you the honors. All right, so we're gonna start by taking one each of these. So I'm gonna give you sort of an elevator pitch of the basics of Delta 8 and what you need to know, and then we'll go more deeply into it. So the short version is that Delta 8 does make you feel elevated. So unlike CBD, CBD is not intoxicating at all. CBD is not intoxicating at all. So as you know, if you take it, you don't feel any kind of intoxication or euphoric effects really, but you do feel peace and calm and almost like the absence of anxiety or pain. It's almost like your symptoms just aren't there anymore.
Yep.
So CBD does make you feel good, but it does not get you elevated or intoxicated anyway. Delta 8 does. And the other very important difference that we're making very clear is that unlike CBD and all other Pure Mana products, all Pure Mana products do not register on a drug test except for Delta 8. So if you do get drug tested, Delta 8 will register on a drug test like THC. So if you get drug tested, these are not for you, but they are for everyone else who wants to feel calm and blissful and euphoric and happy. We can talk more about that. I'll start by taking one. Cheers.
Cheers. That's really good.
It's like the experience of chewing it. It's like this
That's
happy
so
little treat in your mouth.
Yeah.
Normally I really just like savor it, but I'm trying to chew it quickly right now. So we put it in a gummy form because it's just like a fun way to take it, but it also helps you sort of dose it accurately. So we recommend that you start with one gummy and just sort of see how you feel in about 30 minutes. If you're not sure about your tolerance, you could totally just start with half a gummy.
Yeah.
Some people might decide that their optimal dose is 2 or 3 gummies. So the great thing about Delta 8 and every other cannabinoid, there are no harmful side effects, right? There's no toxic amount that's bad for you, that makes you sick, or that has any negative impacts short-term or long-term in any way. So totally safe, right? Now, obviously, because these do have a mild intoxicating effect, you don't want to drive or operate machinery or do things that aren't appropriate to do when you're somewhat inebriated. So think of it like having a glass or 2 or 3 of wine.
Yeah, you just want to pop a gummy and just chill.
You're going to want to just chill anyway. So that's why we say start with one gummy at home, because you're just going to want to chill. Like it's the most relaxing, calming, blissful effect. How would you describe it?
When it hits, I feel like I'm on pillows, you know? It's just, everything's just so soft and so comfortable. You're just so patient with life, you know? And this is perfect for those crazy barbecue family that comes over and your house is just full of people. So I think this right here, that's the answer right there.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. Any kind of social event or even family gathering or situation where you might normally feel anxious or paranoid, or where you're just not enjoying yourself, where you're just sort of withdrawn and within yourself. So let's talk a little bit more about the specific people we know this can help, or the specific types of issues, right? So let's be honest, on the one hand, this is just a really fun recreational alternative, and it's a safe and healthy alternative to alcohol, right? So instead of drinking alcohol, which has a really bad effect on a lot of people like me, but it's actually, no matter who you are, it is very bad for your brain, for your liver, for your immune system, and for basically all your body functions. So that being said, a lot of people drink, and that's totally fine. This is a healthy alternative because it does not have any negative effects on your organs, your brain, etc. It doesn't have all those empty calories. You won't wake up with a hangover. So on the lightest end of the spectrum, it's just a really fun, relaxing, healthy alternative to a lot of recreational stimulants or supplements, right? On the other end of the spectrum, people who have anxiety or paranoia or fear issues or anything that really keeps them withdrawn or keeps them away from other social situations, not only do those people often get dependent on opioids and stimulants that aren't healthy, So there's not only the unhealthy dependency route, but there's also the withdraw and sort of stay within yourself or go into hiding instead of engage in those sort of social situations.
Yeah.
So for people with anxiety or PTSD type issues, when it's difficult for them to cope in a social setting,
Yeah.
this can not only help them enjoy the moment and be present in the moment, maybe play with their kids or really be able to focus on their family and friends, but it can also internally calm their anxious systems.
Yeah.
So what delta-8 does in the brain, and this is the semi-nerdy part that I'm going to simplify because it's really interesting. What it does is it not only quiets your fear center in your brain or the chemicals that create stress and anxiety, it literally quiets those down while it also increases your happy chemicals. So serotonin specifically, and also oxytocin. So it increases your happy chemicals that, like it quiets the fear, it increases the happiness, and it increases your feelings of euphoria and bliss. So that's a really wonderful thing. Like that's really magical, especially coming from this safe, healthy chemical, right?
Yeah. So it's like someone who has extreme PTSD going into the mall and there's this huge sale, right? You have to be there because you want to take someone shopping, right? And now you're put in this position where it's just madness, right? Everybody's shopping, there's a lot of people, crowd, loud noises and whatnot. So if you take one of these gummies, then these gummies, it'll just help you focus. You're just so focused, so chill. Everything seems like in slow motion. Like everything's in slow motion where you can pick up on every little thing and it doesn't affect the way you think. You can think clear, you're a lot more focused, and you're not paranoid and just exhausted because it's so stressful. It's just cool.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So any kind of social setting or even family setting, but what's awesome is what you said, it doesn't give you that mental fuzz.
No, it was just chill, like you're just chilling and you can think clear.
Yeah.
Without, like, you're able to what's that word?
Compartmentalize?
Yes, yeah, you can take all these exciting things around you and put them in their boxes and still focus on what you need to do.
Yeah, but in a calm, chill way.
Yeah.
So it's really important to emphasize that because not only every user's experience is going to be a little bit different, right? It is very unique to the person, but scientifically it does give you, it is not the same high as you feel from regular THC, from delta-9 THC.
Yep.
The nerdy of it is that it affects your brain differently. In other words, delta-9 THC triggers certain receptors and makes certain chemical reactions that delta-8 does not do in your brain. So you feel like a body relaxant and you feel a mind relaxant, but you don't feel the mental fuzz or the mental high that you would get from delta-9 THC.
Correct. Yeah.
So when you're playing with your kids or when you're with your family or when you're in a stressful situation, or honestly, if you're just having a bad day or maybe like a series of panic attacks or things that are just your day's not going well, popping a gummy could help you cope.
Yeah.
It could help you enjoy your day.
And it's not one of those, like, you pop a gummy and next thing you know, you're off to the moon. It's just, it's a nice, takes you there and levels you out. Yeah,
it's a very controlled, especially one gummy or two gummies, it's a very controlled dose.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna like have a whole insane trip.
Or crash.
And you're not gonna crash
You
either.
won't
Yeah,
crash.
that's exactly right. If I take a gummy, it's in the evening, and I'll sleep very well. They don't make you tired, right? They do make you very chill. So me personally, I feel very creative and like I want to go swim or stretch or do something like fun and relaxing for me. I don't want to sit there and work, but if I needed to, I could.
Yeah.
So it really does keep your mental cognitive functions sharp enough that you could still use them, but it really just kind of makes your mind and body relax in a really chill way.
Yeah.
All right, so let's nerd out a little bit about cannabinoids because this is one of many cannabinoids found in the hemp plant, right?
Yeah.
So the difference between this and marijuana plants and hemp plants are two different plants. Marijuana plants are high in delta-9 THC, which is the one cannabinoid that is not federally legal. Delta-8 is a minor cannabinoid. It's one of many cannabinoids or plant chemicals, all safe, all legal, right? So every cannabinoid is federally legal except delta-9 THC, and it's specifically named in the 2018 USDA Farm Bill that hemp-derived products containing no more than 0.3% delta-9 THC are federally legal. So that's how all our CBD products, and that's how delta-8 is legal. Now do check your state laws, because some states have very intolerable laws to hemp, and you should write your elected officials and demand change, because that's a little bit ridiculous. But that being said, check your state laws. We live in Texas, it's pretty conservative, and delta-8 is very legal. So we're very happy to say that, for one. Again, just to emphasize this, delta-8 will register on a drug test like THC. So if you do get drug tested, do not take these. You can take all our other Pure Mana CBD products though.
Yeah.
So a little bit more about this amazing cannabinoid. Again, it's found in very small quantities in the hemp plant. So the extraction method and basically how to make a delta-8 product is very difficult and expensive. So we've derived it or extracted it in a way that allows it to be very potent, very bioavailable, meaning easily absorbed by the body, so you get good results from it. And the way that the cannabinoid works is actually really awesome. We talked about how it quiets the fear centers and the anxiety in your brain, and it heightens your happy chemicals. It also, I call it the trauma solver, because it helps your brain make peace with traumatic or difficult memories. Now, a lot of this is still being studied so that they can find out exactly how and what does what with what chemicals.
Yeah.
I'm just explaining the effect and what it feels like, or what you'll probably experience. A lot of times with traumatic memories, those things are not going to be okay, and they're not going to go away, right? But when your brain associates trauma with a memory, it can make it difficult for you to overcome that trauma. So what this does is it not only disassociates the fear and the trauma that you've associated with that traumatic event, it helps your brain make peace with it, thereby helping you essentially live a happier life, but also removing those parts that you used to have to battle with of your memories or of your experiences of the past. So just think of that concept for a minute, because that's really powerful. Essentially, removing a lot of the battles you're currently fighting, and just sort of freeing up space in your mind to be able to live a normal life.
Yeah.
That is powerful.
That is.
It's made from organically grown hemp, and the way that it's extracted and farmed and everything about the way that we make our product is so meticulously high quality. Like, it's really the best, because that's what we believe in, and that's what we want our customers to experience. A big part, actually the reason why we launched Pure Mana, is because we know that this is the answer.
Mm-hmm.
We know this for ourselves, and we know that this will be the answer for others' physical and mental obstacles.
Yeah.
So just that alone was our passion and our mission to, like, service members, especially, even athletes, like, people need to know that this stuff is really effective and that it's safe and that it's legal. So it was really about making it available, putting it into the hands of the people who needed it most. It was also about removing the stigma from, like, oh, this is weed. Like, it's not. It's an herb that grows in the ground.
Yeah.
It's totally natural. It's totally legal. And it really does help your chemistry balance itself out or find its optimal happy place.
What's exciting about this is being, the fact that you got CBD, CBG, CBN, right? The science behind it, being able to extract each one, and then you can create a formula and you put them together and they become stronger, and it's got more benefits to it.
Yeah, like each cannabinoid has a specific purpose. So it's also like you can become your own little chemist and be like, I need better sleep, therefore more of this cannabinoid that makes me sleepy. I need more alertness, so this has this effect on me. You can kind of figure out what works best for you. But all cannabinoids also have a cumulative effect. So over time, when you continue to take it, it builds up more goodness in your system. So 1 dose, great, right? 2 doses a day, dose every day for 3 months, you really start feeling the benefits when it's really in your system enough to start making a sort of a compound difference. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, very powerful stuff. So in summary, these Pure Zen Delta-8 gummies taste delicious. They are blue raspberry. I think they're our best tasting gummy yet. They are federally legal. They will register on a drug test. Unlike all our other Pure Mana CBD products, these do register on a drug test. So if you get drug tested, these are the only products that are not for you. The effect that you will feel is very euphoric and calm and blissful, and just, it's like you can breathe deeper and relax better into just your environment. It also helps you be present and mindful, like in your current environment. A lot of people who deal with trauma tend to escape their current reality or sort of pull themselves out of reality to cope.
Yeah.
What this does is it quiets the fear and the anxious feeling and removes the fear and the trauma from the traumatic memory, and it increases your happy chemicals and helps you sort of feel happy and blissful and calm, and it sort of removes that trauma and puts it far away from you so that you can just be in the moment, in your present state, and like total zen. So it's amazing. So compared to CBD, CBD will not get you intoxicated or like feeling elevated at all. It does have all the health benefits. 𝐷8 has all the health benefits, so pain, sleep, your mood, your happiness, your anxiety. It has the health benefits, but it does make you feel very uplifted and euphoric and chill and blissful. So that's why we say you should probably take it in the evening. You should probably not drive after you take one, because you will feel the effect in about 15 to 30 minutes. Now, compared to THC or to 𝐷9 THC, that has a very sort of mind-numbing and blurring effect. For some people, it can actually increase anxiety, so not everybody can tolerate THC. Even though there is no harmful effect, there's no harmful, there's no toxic overdose, no one's ever died from smoking weed, but this is not the same thing. It does not give you that same high that 𝐷9 THC does. So that being said, we recommend that you start with one gummy. If you really want to play it safe and maybe you're concerned about the outcome, you can start with like half a gummy. But one gummy is a good starting place for most people, and you'll just see how you feel. You can decide to increase your dose if you'd like. There is no harmful or toxic dose.
Yeah.
If you kind of pass your dosage, in other words, if you take too many, you'll likely just fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's not going to be bad for you, but there's no reason to waste them. So these are available now on our website. It's puremanacbd.com. They're the Pure Zen Blue Raspberry 𝐷8 gummies. So we hope you'll enjoy them. Let us know what you think. Let us know your feedback. Let us know what you experience. And let us know if you want different sized packages and if you want an oil, because I do.
Check it out. This is a hot item. This is definitely a hot item already, so don't miss out. I want one more.
So what's your optimal dose, like to feel like good?
2.
2? Yeah.
2.
Same. My optimal dose for jumping at the trampoline park with my nephews for 2 hours are 2 gummies. 1 gummy is if I just want to like.
Yeah. 2 is like Netflix and chill. That's just.
For me, 1 is Netflix and chill. 2 is like mermaid for 2 hours. See what it does for you.
Yeah, 2 is good.
You're so good.